Hello everyone, welcome back for another video. This time it's just a simple little look at the recently released soundtrack CD or CD set to Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. Music composed by John Williams, adapted and of course conducted by the infamous Alexander Courage of Star Trek fame, among other things. And I got this, I don't know, last week, and I just wanted to kind of share a little bit about it with you. And for those of you who are not aware, this is the first time that this soundtrack score has ever been released, at least in single form. And that is, this was previously only available in this box set, also affectionately known as the Blue Box. This box set came out back in 2008, I believe, and this box set contains the complete scores to all 4 Superman films, as well as the 1988 Ruby Spears television series, animated series, as well as a bunch of other bonus material that's included in here. And of course it came with Superman 4, as I mentioned. And for years, this was the only way to get the score, and this is as it appeared back then. And of course, it's a fantastic set, which I think is either half out of print or almost out of print, if not out of print entirely. But I want to put this here because I'll refer back to this in a minute. But outside of the set, which initially cost about $150, I think, this is the premiere release of Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, in its own kind of packaging, its own form, by itself. And as you can see, it has some gorgeous, gorgeous poster artwork there, or artwork based on the poster. And so I just wanted to open it up and just kind of show you a quick little comparison between the two. And for those of you who are curious, this was produced by Lalaland Records, the good old boys there. And unlike this, which was Film Score Monthly from a few years ago. So, yeah. So let me just open it up a little bit and kind of show you what's inside. So, the first thing you noticed is the wonderful looking artwork there. Of course, you have the back of the booklet, which I'll slide out, but the first thing that really pops out is this wonderful disc image of Lacey. Pretty awesome there, I think. And disc 2 has a Nuclear Man on it, which is awesome. Kind of surprising that they didn't put either Superman on here, or, you know, I can understand maybe Superman on disc 1 and Nuclear Man on disc 2, or vice versa. But still cool nonetheless. And on the back, well, the back inlay there, the inside, you have Clark at his farm, looking at the remains of the rocket that brought him to Earth. And so yeah, the back just has the track list, which is pretty much exactly the same as this. And if you were to look at every single track, they're pretty much the same, side by side, all the way down. Even the track numbers are pretty much the same. Kind of give you an idea. And then you get to all the source music and all the other stuff, which is kind of on the bottom section here. So yeah, I think it's cool that it's finally out there now. I think maybe this may be a foreshadowing of a potential release, individual release of Superman 3, 2, and finally Superman the movie. After all, this is the 40th anniversary of the latter. And so yeah, and looking at the liner notes here, you got all your credits back here, wonderful artwork, and including the new DC logo there, and of course the Superman 80th anniversary logo, which has been going around this year. And inside you got some good article notes, originally by Mike Matessino, Lucas Kendo, and Jeff Eldridge. These notes were originally also produced in this booklet here. So pretty much everything word for word, maybe with a couple of minor alterations, is in these liner notes as well. There you have a screenshot of Lex Luthor, Superman, and Nuclear Man, and more about the history of this movie and score, and how an album almost came out but didn't because the movie did so bad. And say what you will, but I like it anyway. This is one of the scenes that was deleted, and a lot of music was composed for that scene, and a lot of that is in the set. And there's more on the history, more screen images, or more screen caps and promotional pictures. And most of these images have been remastered or redone by Jim Bowers, who is over at the Caped Wonder homepage. So do check him out too, and check him out as well, because he's done some amazing things for Superman related memorabilia, etc., and promotional material for the movies and Blu-rays and whatnot. And there's an awesome picture of Nuclear Man there, and Gene Hackman as Lex Luthor. And more about Alexander Courage and his fame. Of course, I remember him the most as his music and contributions to Star Trek. And finally, the source music and songs by Paul Fishman, which is all the dance pop stuff that you heard. Well, I think the only time you ever heard anything in the film was when Clark and Lacey were at the gym. And some of that music can also be heard during deleted scenes when Clark and Lacey are at the dance or at the disco dance or whatnot. So there you have it. And like I said before, this box set will run you about maybe almost $200, and versus this, which costs maybe $29 or $25 if I'm not mistaken, $25 to $29, which is not bad, especially considering this is the premiere release of the score in its entirety by itself outside of this box set. So if you're not really a fan of box sets, or if you just don't have the money to shell out that kind of thing for something like this, then definitely pick this up. And do check out the good old boys over at Lalaland Records. I will post a link in the description below for those of you who are interested. And this is wonderful music to a bad movie. And you know, there are many people who would probably have me shot for this, but I prefer Superman 3 and 4 over what we got in Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman any day of the week and twice on Tuesdays. So there you have it. You know, say what you will, but it's still Chris Reeve, it's still Margot Kidder, rest in peace. It's still Jackie Cooper and the rest of the cast as well. And oddly enough, I just want to point out that this was released for pretty much the day after Margot Kidder passed away. So it was kind of like a somber, kind of bittersweet, I guess, to get my hands on it. And you may ask, why did I buy this when I have it right here in the box set? Well, the answer to that is, I've always wanted it by itself, and I like the fact that it has artwork, individual artwork, and I'm a sucker for presentation, and of course I support the guys over at Lalaland Records. So there's, you know, a few reasons why. But like I said earlier, if you already have this box set, it is not necessary to get this. But if you are a neurotic completist like I am, as my friend Mike would say, but if you are a neurotic completist and you just want to have everything, I guess, then this is probably a good route for you to go by. And plus you get this beautiful artwork, and you know, it's kind of awesome here. And of course the side artwork here is the font from Superman the movie. So yeah, definitely go check this out. Highly worth your time. And if you have any questions, please feel free to drop it down below, and I'll be happy to get back to you. And but as I said, the track listing is exactly the same, nothing different. There's no remastering or anything like that. If there was anything done, it was very minor. And the track listings and the run times are exactly the same. So yeah, that, my friends, is the complete release of the Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. And I just thought I would share with you a little bit about that. And do check them out, lalalandrecords.com. Thank you guys so much for watching, and up, and away.